All right, let's discuss the critical role that brands play during the coronavirus epidemic. A lot don't believe they need to show their heads, of course, but a new survey, a study, looked into why brands matter and how they need to react. We're joined by Dr. Karen Sutherland from the University of the Sunshine Coast. How are you doing up there?
Very well, actually. I'm actually doing okay. How
Yeah,
are you?
excellent. I'm doing very well, thank you. Talk to us about brands and this study, because it looked into about 12 different markets, and many brands think they need to take a back seat now, not advertise, not speak, but this study says that we need them more than ever.
Absolutely. So this is the Edelman Trust Barometer. So it's quite a famous report. It comes out a few times a year, but they did a special one this to see what's happening in light of COVID-19. And so they surveyed 12,000 people that actually interviewed them from 13 countries. And one of the key things that came out of it was that they want brands, so 84% of the sample said that they want brands, their ads, to actually focus on how they can help people through this crisis. Depending on what the products and services are, they want solutions. They're looking to brands to actually provide that. And doing that, the brands will be actually looked at in a favourable light, because there was like more than a third of the sample as well said that they've actually started using a new service and a new brand or product because of the way that they're responding to the COVID-19 pandemic. So that's really interesting stuff. So it's not time to sit back, it's time to ramp up what you're doing.
This survey wouldn't happen to have been paid for by television executives who want ads back on TV by any chance?
I don't know, but they didn't say about it's time to advertise. No, but Edelman is they do this all the time. So this is an industry report. So I'm
It's
not sure.
interesting. I asked a question because speaking to some
Yeah.
advertising executives over the last couple of weeks, they said there's just no interest in advertising at the moment. And also a lot of the brands themselves, the companies, have been instructing their agencies, do not put our content anywhere near any news programming to do with coronavirus, which is terrible given that our free-to-air networks are, of course, wall-to-wall coverage of coronavirus at the moment. And the ratings are massive, but brands don't want to be associated with it. Why do you think brands would be so reluctant to be associated with something that everyone's going through?
I don't know. I think maybe because they're worried if they try and help and it doesn't work, that maybe their reputation will be damaged, or it's just that, I guess, reputation damage by association. They don't want to be near something or juxtaposed next to something that people are seeing as a negative. But it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity for brands to really help and be inspirational in our time of need, because we're all going through it. So it's a real time for people to step up, and it doesn't have to be advertising. It can be just creating great content, particularly on social media, ramping up groups, the Facebook groups, because there's a lot of exposure now, the content from groups, and start building a community where everyone sort of helps. If your brand is facilitating a really helpful, amazing community, it's only going to work in your favor, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so. I saw a great ad the other day of Colgate, and it was people essentially using Zoom and Skype to communicate with each other and smiling at each other. And at the very end, it announced that, this is a time to smile, and there was the Colgate brand. And I wondered why more brands weren't kind of going along that path of the big, the big picture stuff to show us that we're in this together. We're hearing it from some, but it's a real good time for airlines like Qantas, for example, with the Still Call Australia home mentality, to be talking about how as soon as they can, they'll be back in the skies. But you have to wonder, of course, whether things are in the works, because it obviously takes some time for these brands to create their advertising campaigns as well. And they'll want to be careful not to jump in too quick and to, I suppose, jump on a bandwagon without actually thinking about it, right?
That's right. And we just don't know. That's the thing. I think there's uncertainty about when and if things are going to get back to normal. So I guess brands are reluctant to sort of jump on that and say they're going to be able to offer something when they don't know. But even just something to build up the brand values and just to reassure people is a good thing to do in this time. And I notice a lot of like small local businesses, and even up here on the Sunshine Coast, people are now adding a lot of delivery and online services, and they're just adding those sort of little taglines into their advertising they already had, just to show that they're being nimble and they're responding to the current environment and still able to help people engage with their brand. And I think that's the important thing.
And Celebrity Zoom, you've been taking part of this. What is Celebrity Zoom? All I'm thinking of is a paparazzi camera with a long lens.
Well, my colleague, Associate Professor Karen Freeberg, showed me this morning. She's from the States. And so there's a brand called Cornet. And so what they've done is they've created a website, and I'll put the link in under this, where you can actually select celebrities and it'll show a still image of you having a Zoom chat with those celebrities. So it's just a bit of fun,
Yeah.
to sort of lighten the mood.
Yeah, very good, very good. Well, we'll let you get back to your celebrity Zoom and talk to you next week.
Yeah, thank you. They don't say much.